Alright, so hello YouTube, my name's Marie, and today we are going to do a first impression for the currently airing K-drama entitled Moments of 18. Let's start with the synopsis, and I'm going to give you like real bare bones of the synopsis because I didn't know really anything about this drama beyond the fact that it was a school grade, like high schoolers age group, and that's really what I was feeling. I have been currently watching the new Fruits Basket, and I'm just so in love with that show. Like, the original is something that I watched many years ago, and so like I've just been in that like innocent high schoolers, you know, high school girls. Okay, sorry, wrong audience.
High school girls.
And I really enjoyed discovering these characters and slowly discovering the plot. Boy in high school who gets transferred to a more prestigious high school. He's incredibly socially awkward. Him clashing with kind of like the golden boy of the school. That's all I'm gonna say, because again, finding out about the show during the viewing process is so satisfying. So if you don't want to know anything more and you just want to know, like, based on my reaction, do I recommend this show or not? 100% yes. I am in love with this show. This is the kind of show where you put it on thinking you'll try one episode and then go to bed. And it turns out that you end up binging all 4 episodes that are available because your reality and your life and time slips away as you fall into the story and these characters, and suddenly it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So yes, this show I highly recommend. It falls somewhere in between Sassy Go-Go or Cheer Up, the more serious elements of and Sky Castle. So if you enjoyed those, I think Moments of 18 has a lot in common with both of them. If that sounds at all appealing to you, just go watch it. If you want to know more, stick around. The characters in general are surprisingly authentic feeling. There's a few moments when I'm watching the first episode of a series where like things click into place for me. It's like I feel very distant at first. It's like I'm watching more critically. There has to be certain things that are like, oh yes, now I'm more invested and now I'm more interested in this piece of media as a form of entertainment, and not like, I have to make a first impression soon. Let's throw this on. 2 moments. A really early one where our female lead is in the car with her mom and she passes by our male lead on the bike and he stops to talk to a cat. And not only is he like, oh, kitten, hello kitten, so adorable, but the way he sits and he kind of like has his like hands interlocked in this awkward but like an interesting mannerism, like, really drew me in. I forget that this is a show. Like, he becomes this character. His acting doesn't stop. It's like constantly small movements, like the way he, like, when he's talking and he kind of like rubs his neck or fixes his hair, or like the way he stands or his facial expressions. Like, I think it's perfect. They're not stereotypical leads. So like I just mentioned, like our male lead is kind of like socially awkward. He's very quiet, very introspective, but usually when you think of like a quiet male lead, other sort of like more like toxic masculinity traits are associated with that, especially in K-dramas. You know, like if they're quiet, they're kind of like a mean asshole when they actually talk. Or he's like really smart, he knows how to stand his ground, even though he's introverted, he's not cowardly, decides to like run away from teachers, and like he'll go to run away and then he'll stop and then he'll like bow to them and then he just books it. Like, I don't know how else to say how much I am just in love with this male character. And the female lead, she's also like a surprisingly fresh female lead. Let me see what I wrote down in my notes. I feel like I'm blabbering on a lot. Yeah, she's got like really wonderful stage presence, like a really bright, energetic energy, and I can see why she's kind of like a more popular girl in school. Like, when people surround her and are like happy to see her, like, I get it, because she smiles so warmly back to them. And she's not your typical female lead because she's not, I don't want to say she's not pretty because she's very pretty, but she's like on the slightly chubbier side and she's short and she's just adorable. So when I saw the male lead kind of like sitting talking to the cat with like his interlocked hands, and then your first full body shot of the female lead, so not what I was expecting, that I just fell in love with the show. Like, it clicked into place really quickly and I became super interested, because those are two kind of lead characters or archetypes that you don't really see very often. So I don't really have much to say about like the overall directing and editing because it kind of just fades away. This show really is about like the plot and the characters. The directing isn't trying to be artistic. It's not like vying for the spotlight over characters and story. It's presenting the characters and the story in a really crisp and enjoyable way. Is really good in that respect, that it doesn't overpower any of the other aspects of the show. And again, like, the same goes for the soundtrack. I can't tell you at all what the soundtrack sounds like, but I can tell you how certain characters feel, and that is definitely helped along by the soundtrack. Like, this show to me is magnetic. I couldn't take my eyes off of it, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since 2 days ago when I finished everything that was available. I just need more. Okay, so that's everything from me. I hope you guys have a good day and a good night. Bye. I just need more, you guys.